About 6 years ago, I was in the audience like all you folks, and I had my problems with my teeth. I had root canals, I had missing teeth, I had crowns, I had everything, okay? And the main problem I had was that my teeth were all misaligned from day one. And so I was just constantly just banging the teeth against the wrong teeth, and they just ground down to nothing, basically, is what happened in my case. And so I had 28 natural teeth in my mouth when I went in. And in one day's time, it's just amazing. In one day's time, they pulled all 28 teeth. They pulled back all the gums, shaved down all the bones, put in 10 implants, stitched all the gums back together again, and screwed in a whole new set of teeth, and out the door I went. It was amazing. I mean, it's kind of life-changing to all of a sudden, have crappy teeth and just go to good teeth, okay? By the way, I'm not paid for this endorsement at all. By the way, so don't. Okay, so you can ask me any question that you want, and I'll give you the honest answer as what my experience was. But he's mentioned the temporary teeth a number of times. Don't be concerned about temporary teeth. Everybody who saw my temporary teeth, they says, "Wow, what are you going to get those replaced for?" They looked fabulous, and you get to pick those teeth out. Okay, you get to pick out the color, the shape, everything. Okay, and so they look just like normal teeth when you get them, okay? They look the same, they feel the same. But what is important, which was not mentioned, is you not only want those temporary teeth so that your implants will seat in place and support your final teeth when that happens, but during that 6-month period of time, your gums recede quite a bit, okay? And so they want these teeth to be tight up against your gums so nothing can get underneath there. And that's the way the temporaries are initially. But by the end of the 6 months, you can literally put like a pipe cleaner underneath your teeth, okay? And that's not good, okay? And so when you get your final teeth, they obviously fit them again, and they are tight against your gums, and nothing gets underneath there, okay? Things will still get trapped between the teeth and the outer gums, if you want to call it that, and that's what the water pick is all about. You can brush, okay, and you think you got it all, but then you take your water pick and all this stuff comes out of your mouth, okay? Yeah, and so you obviously didn't get it all by brushing. I know he's talked a little bit about pain. Okay, I had 28 teeth pulled, including 3 wisdom teeth, okay? And anybody who's had wisdom teeth, everybody says, "Oh my God, it hurts," okay? And when I was done, my face was puffed up. I had bruises, I had black and blue eyes. I looked terrible, but I had 0 pain whatsoever. That night, they did give me a full bottle of, I think it was oxycodone or whatever it was. Okay, a full bottle of it. Okay, and I said, I don't really want to take that. And so that night I thought, well, I'm just going to take a couple of ibuprofen before I go to bed just to see how it works out. And bada bing, in the morning I woke up and I was perfectly fine, okay? Not one speck of pain whatsoever, okay? And what I have heard, that's more common than the pain issues, okay? So the temporary teeth also, they're made different than your final teeth, okay? Like for instance, your molar sections they're not nice and sharp like these teeth are, okay? They're kind of rounded, and that's to kind of minimize the force that you put on those implants during that 6-month period of time. And they talked about the diet. The diet it's not that bad, okay? It's not like you can't eat anything. Things that I missed was pizza. You can't eat pizza crust because you have to chew it hard, okay? So you could probably eat the topping off the pizza, okay? You could get your little pepperoni in there or whatever. You can eat chicken, you can eat fish. Steak is kind of out of the question. Hamburgers are good. Pastas. It's not that restrictive. It's not like a soft diet where you're more or less eating liquid things. Okay, it's real food. Okay, so don't be concerned about that. But look at these teeth. I mean, these babies are 6 years old. Okay, and they are just as white 6 years later than they were the day that they put them in, okay? Now my teeth are not the whitest teeth, okay? There's one shade brighter, believe it or not. And again, when you get your temporary teeth and your final teeth, you get to make those choices, okay? And so with my temporary teeth, I went with this same shade, And I liked them so much that I said, okay, for my final teeth, I want that same shade again. And so off we went. And we did change a little bit of the teeth appearance. Like I wanted my canines extended a little bit, and so they extended the canines a little bit. You know, I didn't want that straight across teeth like a lot of dentures are. Okay, you know, I wanted them to look natural. Okay, and they do look natural. And when you're through your little meetings with them, okay, I had the opportunity to sit down with what I want to call the artist, okay, the people who actually are painting your teeth or making those color choices, and they're just not white, okay, they're using blues and grays, and they're painting little vein lines in your gums up there. They're using different colors in your gums to go from, you know, from light to darker pink, okay. It's a pretty amazing process, okay, and you know, I just can't say enough about this company. And again, I'm not being paid for this, and so go ahead.
What was the process in the transition from your 6 months temporary to your permanent? The same like, or was you just go in, they unscrewed them and slapped the new ones in? What was the deal?
They just literally unscrewed them. 10 minutes later, they screwed a new set in. Okay, that's it. Okay, and you know what's amazing? You know, he talked about the maintenance. Okay, every 6 months. How many of you people love going to the dentist? Okay, that's probably not your favoriteest thing. Okay, I love going to the dentist. Okay, you walk in there, they pop the little caulk off that's covering the screw heads. They unscrew those 10 screws in my case, pop my teeth out. They throw them in an ultrasonic cleaner. 10 minutes later, they come back, screw them back in, put a little caulk on there, and out the door I go. And they're nice and shiny. There's no pain, nothing. You know, you're not holding your mouth open for 45 minutes. You know, they're digging away at you. You know, they're not in there lecturing you about you should be flossing more. You know, okay, it's, you know, they're like he said, there's no flossing anymore. Okay, this is a solid block. Okay, it's actually. They actually showed me the block at one point in time. It's actually a block about yay big around, and it's about 1 inch thick. And they literally just mill these teeth out of that block, okay? And this zirconia, it's actually a very soft material before it's heat treated. And when they heat treat it, it shrinks. And so they have to know how much it's going to shrink to fit your teeth. And they've got the magic figured out. They've been doing this for so long now that they just fit perfect just the day you put them in. Yes.
Yeah, what was the cost that you paid out for it?
I will let this lady talk about cost, okay? If we get in the back of the room and you ask me one-on-one, I will probably tell you, okay? But I don't want to announce that here in this room here. But it was six years ago though, okay? So.
Do you have any restriction on anything you can eat? Can you
No,
eat anything?
there's no restrictions whatsoever, okay? And I do have those zygomatic implants that they talk about. I had very little bone in my jaw back here, and so I have one on each side that goes up to my cheekbones up here, and you know, you can't feel them. You know, they're all underneath everything. Okay, somehow. Okay, it's just amazing how they got this all figured out, and that's my story.
Can you go through a metal detector?
I'm sorry.
Can you go through a metal detector?
You know, I've gone through a number of metal detectors at airports, okay, and I thought I would set them all off, okay, but nothing, okay, and so they must know what these teeth are, I guess, okay. They got that figured out. I was very concerned about that on my first walk through. I said, oh God, here we go, okay. Just another interesting thing is you know, you go home at night and they say, yeah, you're on a soft diet, and then you go home and then you obviously want to eat, okay. And so I was sitting there thinking, says, what can I possibly eat on my first night just to try these babies out? And so I thought, well, I'm gonna have some macaroni and cheese. That's about as soft as you can get, right? And macaroni and cheese was pretty difficult to eat the first time, because those teeth are all kind of rounded in the back, and those little noodles they kept squirting out, you know. So, but after you've had them in your mouth for a week or so, eating macaroni and cheese after that is not a problem. You figure it out, okay? And you brush them just like normal. You know, they really encourage you to use the Sonicare electric toothbrush, okay? And they're fantastic toothbrushes. And they also really encourage you to use the water pick. And I personally like the one that that is the travel version, okay? And since that way I can take that that water pick with me anywhere I travel in the world, okay? It's 240, 100, 120 volts, 50 hertz, 60 hertz, whatever, okay? So, and it works fabulous. Any other questions for me? Or I'll be in the back when you all depart. And so if you do have any personal questions you want to ask me, that's fine. But I do live here in the Villages and been here for 9 years now. 6 years with my fabulous teeth.